So today we're gonna talk about Salesforce Platform Events, its overview and features, and I will create the platform event as well. So let me start with a simple example. So think Salesforce as a big school, and the teacher rings the bell to say like class is starting. So in this case, the teacher will be the publisher, and the bell does not care who hears it. So ringing a bell could be the platform event, and any students who is listening to it, listening to the bell will react, right? So the students who are interested could be termed as like subscribers or listeners, right? So let me just talk about what are the platform events in Salesforce. So it's basically a secure and scalable messaging framework based on the event-driven architecture. It enables like a real-time communication between Salesforce external or internal systems as like custom objects ending with C. So ending with double underscore C for platform events are getting the API name of the platform events getting ended with double underscore E. The architecture model is on the publish subscriber pattern. So sub publishers send events to Salesforce through event buses. One or more subscriber listen and react to these events independently. Core components includes like event message, event bus, and the reply ID. So event bus is the data payload describing a event, business event, or state change. Event bus are the secure chronological queue that stores event temporarily. And final one is replay ID. So this is a unique ID for each event used to replay missed events within the retention window up to 72 hours. So now we talk about the publishing options and the subscribing options. So how we can publish as a platform event. So after creating the platform event, we can publish the event through the event publish method, and we can use flow builder using create records as well. We can publish. We can use APIs such as REST, so pub sub APIs for external systems. So after publishing the events, how we can subscribe those events means we need to know the event got published, right? So that is why we just need to subscribe to those events in a proper way. So we'll be using Apex triggers as well. So the context should be the after insert context. Then we can use platform event triggered flows. So this is a flow type we can use for our use case. We'll be using this one, and I will cover Apex triggers and Lightning web components as well. For Lightning web components, we can use Lightning EMP APIs to subscribe those platform events. So there are like two mainly event types are there, like high volume platform events. So these are the current standard for the platform events, which can handle millions of events asynchronously, and the deprecated ones are like standard volume events. So this we can't create, currently we can't use this one standard volume events, so those are planned for requirement in 2027. But this is the current standard like high volume platform events. And publishing behavior. So whenever we are going to create a platform event, we can see a field publishing behavior. So it contains uh, two types of behavior like publish immediately and publish after commit. So as the name suggests, like publish immediately means event is sent instantly, even if the transaction got failed. And publish after commit, as the name suggest, like even event sent only after the transaction completes or committed successfully. So these are the like two publishing behavior for platform events. And the key characteristics involve like events are read-only and immutable, cannot be updated, deleted, or queried using SQL. No UI support such as tabs, page layouts, or list views. And there are different field data types are available in platform event. As like custom object, we can as like custom object we can create fields, right? So in the platform events as well, we can create custom fields, but the data types are limited in this case. So these are the six main data types we can use to create fields under the platform event. And the data types includes checkbox, date time, number, text, long text area. And of course, the platform events having limits, like event publishing follows event specific governance limits. Apex trigger processes events in batches up to 2000 records. So these are like more or less overview of the platform events in Salesforce. And let me go to the Salesforce org and I'll just create a platform event from scratch. And from the quick find, we can just search for platform events, and we can find under the integration section, we can find platform events. And I'll just click on this new button on this platform event so that we can create a new platform event. And in here, let me just provide the label as, let me just create a sample platform event like customer onboarding, and the plural level should be like customer onboardings. And in here we can see this event type as high volume. As I talking about this, all the platform events current event type by defaulted to high volume. So new platform events are high volume and handle the delivery of millions of events per day. Standard volume events have lower scalability limits. You can no longer define standard volume events, right? So this is standard volume events are like it will be deprecated. And this is the publishing behavior that I was talking about. Like there are two types available, like publish immediately and publish after commit. So when we can use which? So publish immediately means the transaction could be failed, but the event will be always be published. And for publish after commit, so it will depend on the transaction is committed successfully, then after the event will be published, right? So for our use case, we will be just using this simple publish immediately, and the deployment status would be deployed, and I'll be just click on save. So after creating the after, so this platform event got created, and we can see the API name of the platform event getting ended with double underscore e. And like these are the standard few fields are available, as like while we when we create a custom object, we can see these are the fields like created by, created date. These are the fields will be auto generated, system fields will be there. So for platform events as well, we can find these fields, and we can see this event uuid and this reply id as well. So, and we can see their defined triggers we can find here, and we can see the subscription. So whenever this platform event got subscribed, those information will be showing in here. And final one is like custom fields and relationship. We can create new fields, new custom fields under this platform event. And let me just create a few fields. Let me just, and in here we can see that these are the data types are available for the platform events. So platform events currently support these many data types. And let me just choose text, and I'll just create a count name, and the length would be 255 characters. And let me just click on save, and let me just create two more fields. So let me choose contact first name, length is of 100 characters, and the final field would be the contact last name, and its length, let me just choose 100 characters, and let me just click on save. So this is how we can just simply create a platform event, and we can define custom fields within this platform event. So in the next session, I'll be talk about like how to use the platform event triggered flow. So whenever a platform event got published, so and we'll use this event publish to publish the platform event. And so in the next session, I'll be talking about like how to publish this platform event, and after publishing the platform event, we'll define the flow, like platform event triggered flow. So whenever this platform event got published, so based on that triggering point, we will do some DML operations, like from from taking the information from the event payload, we can create a new account record, a new associated contract records in Salesforce based on the event payload data. So this all about, so today we have gone through like a few examples of the platform events. We have gone through what are the overview and high level features of platform events, and I have talked about and demonstrated like how we can create a simple platform event and few fields on the platform events. So please stay tuned, and if you like this video, please do like, share, subscribe my YouTube channel.